Finally, welcome to Mondays, our first Learn with BeautySlesh tutorials. So every Monday I will post new tutorials for you to learn. And as requested, today's video will be about how to avoid patches during the shading. I will show you how to hold the tool, how to swing the tool, how I stretch the skin, the depth of the shading, and what machine do I use. So all this will be in today's Monday's show. So let's dive into today's video. So if you do have such patches, it means first of all, the way you hold and the way you swing your machine is wrong. So maybe somewhere at the beginning when you enter the skin you put too much pressure, that's why it leaves the darker spots. And then you probably have too much tension when you hold the machine, that's why your shading is a bit too pushy inside the skin rather than light shading with wider swings. So all of these I will show you in this video, and also I will give you a great tip how you should practice on your own to improve and have this clean pattern. Now I want to show you on the left it is a wrong shading, on the right image it is a correct shading. So on the wrong side, you see I hold my tool a bit too much and I try to precisely shade, versus the right image I hold my tool loosely and actually my machine is swinging almost by itself, a very light pressure, versus here I put too much pressure, that's why it leaves these dots at the beginning and at the end. So how should you hold your tool first? Take the tool and try to use the finger to make the swings, but then you just give a light force so that your machine will swing in your hand by itself, and then try to make the swing as higher above the skin as possible. That's something for your practice. So maybe instead of having this short movement, you can start with practicing the wider movement first. So as a task for you, what I need you to do is to shade just one light. So you raise your machine above, you make this wide swing, and you have just one line, one shaded line, and it should be not short, it should be as long as possible. This way you can practice the equal pressure and the correct movement of your machine. Line long, your movement is wide, and loosen up your machine and have the pressure as light as possible. This is the starting point as your practice, and do these lines 100 of times till you reach till you see they are light and consistent in pressure. And then the second thing you have to practice is every time you do the next swing, it should be at the same distance as the previous one. So of course the brow is not that thick, so maybe you can try to do four swings and then step lower, do 4 swings and step lower. So if I think it's 5, I just remember by you see, this one is not a good example. So trying to have this one equal throughout all the steps would be very nice. This way you can, I think if you do this one consistently, then your pattern would be very clean without patches. And then just want to point out again, it's not, you don't press here and push. You're not pushing here. You're softly moving your. So the more you swing up, the better actually. Swing up, and then you don't move your hand to the sides. This finger should help you to keep your machine vertically, and these fingers will help you to move not wavy but move very in straight lines. yeah, that's it. So just practice this so you can have this pattern, and I'll see you in the next video where I will talk about the depth when you do the shading and how you should hold or stretch the skin. So depth of the shading and how you should hold this and how you should hold the machine, and then I will talk about what machine I recommend for beginners and even advanced artists. So let's see you in the next videos.